And so it's the 11th of June, and with that, a new Inheritance Trials has officially started, this time being available from today all the way to July 9th. This, of course, is a great time to stack up on super links or potions if you are still working on your characters, and with that, as always, we're here to break down some of the better characters to use to tackle this particular quest, at least for the next month. So remember, the main gimmick when it comes to Inheritance Trials is that the enemies do feature Iron Skin. This essentially means that the enemies are taking 80% less damage unless you inflict them with a status augment, or if you have a character that can ignore the Iron Skin ability. The characters that can do either or are going to be the main ones you want to use for this particular quest, especially if they do meet this month's rules. In this case, we are going against no affiliation enemies. The enemies themselves have Hollow Killer, so they're going to be doing more damage to hollowed enemies. They are resistant to Drain, so those that can inflict Drain unfortunately can't really be used here, and there will be burn pools on the floor. And as always, the special rule this time around is no affiliation killer effect times 3, so those that have no affiliation killer are going to be more ideal here since they are doing more damage. As always though, on your screen are the characters with the increased super links or potion skill, so by using them in your team or having them in your lobby, you are getting 5 additional super links or potion. Some of these characters do have killer hits, so they're more ideal than others, but essentially having one character in any given attribute will allow you to get more potions, and it is advised you have as many super links or characters you can in your lobby or in your team, just to get the most value per soul ticket. With that said though, looking at some of the better characters used for this particular month in the technique attribute, one of your better characters without doubt is going to be the Beyond Bankai version of Gin. Not only is he himself a super links or farmer, so you are getting 5 additional super links or potions and also links or potions just by having him in your team. He himself does have no affiliation killer, so he's getting the extra bonus damage. He has a really good strong attack kit with a distant AoE into a tracking vortex, and with Frenzy +2 and an increased chance to inflict stat augments, he is going to be inflicting poison non-stop. That will therefore allow you to get through the Iron Skin mechanic and therefore clear this quest significantly faster. He's an amazing character even when he doesn't have killer, but now that he does have killer, it's the best time to use this Gin, and I know there are a lot of Gin fans out there, so this month is basically for you. If you want easy super links or potions for the speed attribute and you have Gin, definitely take him into this particular quest. Another pretty good option, mainly because a lot of people do have this character, is Epic Ichigo. Now in terms of damage output, he doesn't hold up when compared to some of the newer characters, but Frenzy +1 with a 60% Berserker, potentially even dupes invest into this character, still makes him perfectly usable. Since he does have the no affiliation kill ability, he is getting that extra bit of damage. Keep in mind though, he is a hollow, so he's taking more damage himself, but since he does actually have all status immunity, you don't have to worry about the burn pools that are featured on the floor, which should help you avoid taking damage. He himself though can inflict weakening and does have a pretty powerful summon, so you can clear his quest pretty fast, especially for those that again once more have this character potentially max transcended. He has been out now for almost 2 years. If you've been playing the game for a while, you might have already invested into this character because it is still worth it, and if you have, he's going to be a great character to use. Of course, another recommendation, he is going to be on the list every single month. We have the new and renewed version of Quincy Ichigo, who is also set to come back later this month. In his case, he can inflict both Drain and also Weakening, but keep in mind the enemies this time around are immune to Drain, so you won't be able to get the extra heals that he usually has, but you're still going to be applying the Weakening, especially because he does have Frenzy +2 with the increased chance to do so. So despite not having killer here, you are going to be constantly inflicting stat augments, getting around the Iron Skin mechanic. When you do inflict a stat augment, you get to 80% stat boost to your spiritual pressure stat, and that's going to overall allow you to clear his quest particularly fast. Keep in mind though, he is not immune to burn, and if you are rocking a full stamina build, you do want to make sure he's immune to burn by either using bonus abilities or links. Another solid option just to mainly brute force this quest is of course Beyond Bankai Toshiro. In this case, just really high damage output with Frenzy +1, high Berserker value. When you inflict a stat augment, you get to SP boost, and he also does have the gauge mechanic. So once that gauge is full, your strong attacks are recharging, you're healing yourself, and you also do 100% more strong attack damage. Most importantly though, he is actually immune to every stat augment on the floor, so he's mostly just a safe character to use, just to brute force through this quest. The 1000-year Blood War version of Uryu is a links or farmer, so you're getting more links or potions and also super links or potions, and he himself does go through the Iron Skin mechanic. He won't be the fastest character to use for this particular quest, but if he's all you got, he's still a perfectly viable option to use here, since he still can clear this quest fast if you have a good group of characters with you, and he is of course also increasing the jobs that you do get, so even if you are clearing slower when compared to someone like Beyond Bankai Toshiro, Epic Ichigo, or even the renewed Ichigo, you're getting the bonus drops, so it's still worth that added time it might take to clear his quest. Moving on to the heart attribute, as always, one of the best characters every single time is going to be 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo. He had Killer last month, and he still has Killer right now since he does have the no affiliation kill ability. Although in his case, Killer really doesn't matter because he has Frenzy +2, 100% more damage to enemies not afflicted by an omen, and he also does go through the Iron Skin mechanic. He is essentially a character that can be used in any IT, but he's even better and more fun when he has Killer, and that is exactly right now. He doesn't increase the amount of jobs you do get, but if you're just looking to have fun with a pretty cool character and clear significantly faster than any other character in the game, this character is the perfect character to use for this particular month. Although if you're looking to use a non-Bleach character, the Christmas Burn the Witch version of Nini has you covered. In this case, she herself does have the no affiliation kill ability. She does increase the amount of links or potions and also super links or potions you do get, so she's overall going to be a really ideal character here. She can inflict weakening, has an increased chance to do so, and since she's increasing the drops, it makes her one of the better characters to use for this particular month, especially if you want to get the added bonus of getting more drops. Overall, a very good IT farmer, especially when she does have Killer, which is currently right now. And realistically, when it comes to heart no affiliation killers, that's all we really have access to. If you don't have any of those two characters, your next best option would just be a good character that has a lot of damage output, for example, Bruno. He might not be the most ideal character here, but he does have a high damage output, especially with the gauge effect, which he can complete more often than not, and that should help you get through this quest pretty fast if you have no other better option. The same can also be said for someone like the Safui version of Yoruichi. She has an increased chance to inflict stars damage, which is weakening, and once you do inflict the stars damage, you get to 80% stat boost to your spiritual pressure stat, so if you have no other better option, she's a pretty good character to use. For the speed attribute, we have a lot of great characters this time around. In this case, Tenso is one of your better options here, despite him not having Killer. By using this character in your team, you're getting more additional links or potions and also super links or potions. What's most important is this character does have a very high damage output with a high berserker value, frenzy +1, and 100% more damage to enemies not afflicted by status omen. And just like 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo, he also ignores Iron Skin. He's a farmer that can ignore Iron Skin. He's overall always going to be the best speed character in any given IT. Even in this case, he doesn't have Killer. But lucky for him though, he is actually immune to burn, so you're easily able to stand where you want to and not worry about taking any burn damage. Don't have Tensor? Another great option is of course going to be the Burn the Witch Parasol version of Macy. In her case, she just has a massive damage output with Frenzy +2, more damage to weakened and also paralyzed enemies, which she can inflict on every single attack. And when you do inflict the stars, when you get to 80% SP boost. With Frenzy +2, that is a lot of damage. In her case though, going on with that damage output, she also does have the no affiliation killer, so she is a perfect character to use for this particular month, especially if you did recently pull her last month. She can be used in any inheritance trials, even though she doesn't have an increased chance to inflict stars elements, even though she doesn't go for the Iron Skin mechanic. She's just a character that can brute force it, but now that she has Killer, it's going to be perfect time to use her. Of course, another great character to use who was also very ideal last month, once more is ideal this month, we have the 1000-Year Blood War version of Uryu. Keep in mind he can apply both weakening and drain, but this time around he cannot inflict drain, so you aren't getting the healing abilities that he usually has. But with Frenzy +2, a good strong attack hit, and also an increased chance to inflict stars elements, you're going to be constantly applying weakening, which is great because he does have the no affiliation killer, you're going through the Iron Skin mechanic, and since you're applying weakening non-stop, it means you're doing more damage. There's a good chance a lot of you watching this video have this character, and he's still a perfectly usable character in IT. Great character right now, especially because he does have no affiliation killer. And just like the Christmas Nini, the Kristen DeWell is also a great character to use this month. In this case, she does have the no affiliation kill ability. She can apply weaken on every single attack with the increased chance to do so. It means you're going to be able to go through that Iron Skin mechanic as you're constantly inflict status elements. But most importantly, by using this Noelle, you're getting more links or potions and also super links or potions. So you have a farmer that has the no affiliation killer, an increased chance to inflict stars elements. She is a great character to use for this month. As for the power attribute, still currently available in the summons right now, we have the hidden version of Neliel. If you saw our showcase last week, she is a great character in any ITs, since the fact she does have Frenzy +2, an increased chance to inflict status elements, and she herself does actually increase the amount of super links or potions you can get. But what's great now is that she herself does have the no affiliation kill ability, so she's even better this month and is actually the best character to use for the power attribute, and because she's actually increasing the amount of super links or potions you get, it's even better. Once more, again, great thing about her is that she is immune to burn. She's actually immune to every stars element, so just a perfect character to use for the month of June. If you pulled up, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous. Would really be nice to have it right now. is the swimsuit version of Momo. Now, I personally don't like using NAD characters like her in IT, but she herself does have the no affiliation kill ability. She does have an increased chance to inflict stars wounds, which is actually slow, and she is also increasing the amount of super elixir potions and also elixir potions you do get. So if there's actually a time for you to manually play as Momo, now might be a good time to do so, but she's mainly going to be there just to increase the amount of super elixir potions you can get. When it comes to power no affiliation characters though, those are the two best characters. If you don't have them, your next best option is, of course, just the best power character in the game, that being Thousand-Year Blood War Yamamoto. In his case, good damage output with Frenzy +1 when you do inflict a stat when you get an 80% stat boost to your Spiritual Pressure stat, and with that, you do more damage to both burn and also weakened enemies, immune to every stat element. If you have no other better option, this character is, of course, worth using. The same, of course, can be said for Yumachika. He himself does go through the Iron Skin ability, and he is also increasing the amount of super elixir potions and also elixir potions you can get just by bringing him in your team. Overall, just a great character, still lacking a bit on the DPS and also range aspect. But once more, if you have no better option, this character is still worth bringing, especially because he does increase the amount of drops you get. Last and definitely least, the Mind attribute unfortunately isn't in a good position right now. They have no good no affiliation killers here, so you're just best bringing some other great characters. In this case, Bargo is still a good character to use here. Good damage output with Frenzy +1, weakening on every attack. When you do inflict a stat you get an 80% SP boost, and he himself does have an increased chance to inflict a stat. Unfortunately, he himself can't inflict Drain this time around, but he can still apply a stat with that being weakening, so he's still over a good character to use here, and your best Mind character to use for this month, considering that there's basically no other better option. Don't have Bargo and Isushi, your next best character is, of course, going to be the hidden version of Okiura. He himself does actually increase the amount of elixir potions and also super elixir potions you can get, has a decent damage output, but most importantly, he can actually apply weakening and has an increased chance to do so. So a perfectly fine character, but if you have Bargo and Isushi, I would say use them over him. And then lastly, if you don't have those two characters, good or reliable 7th anniversary Ichigo is overall just going to be a good character to use here. Good strong attack kit outside of the SA1, still good at damage output with Frenzy +1 and 80% SP boost, can still constantly affect star elements, and in his case you can apply both weakening and also paralysis. And he's immune to every star element, so a good character to use here despite not having killer here, and also not increase the amount of drops you do get. But overall, lads, that was this month's breakdown for Inheritance Trials. In the comments below, let me know what characters you plan to use this month. For me, these are my main 5 characters tackling this month of IT. It feels like there isn't that many options when it comes to no affiliation killers, especially in the Mind attribute, for example. But for those that do have the no affiliation killer, there are some really good characters to use this month, and I'm going to have a lot of fun using these characters that you do see on your screen. I've personally been waiting for this no affiliation IT to roll around, because some of these characters that I will be using are some of my favorite in the entire game. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.